Welcome to This Explainer. We're jumping right into something today that completely flips conventional dating wisdom on its head. Spoiler alert, it's not about having a Lamborghini or a flashy watch. We're unpacking the invisible psychological drivers that actually spark a deep, lasting connection with a woman. So, what truly attracts a woman? If you've ever wondered about the real secret to feminine attraction, getting this perspective shift right changes absolutely everything. You see, there's this subtle, almost invisible psychological shift that happens inside a woman's mind. And once you understand it, you completely stop trying to force attraction. Instead, you start fostering this undeniable connection that she might not even consciously realize is happening. Society constantly tries to sell us this superficial illusion, right? We're told it's just a game of looks, wealth, and showing off. But the reality is entirely different. True attraction is actually about emotional resonance. It's an invisible, soul-deep connection that happens almost instantly when you tap into it. Women can sense this emotional intelligence immediately, and it's literally the exact thing that sets certain guys completely apart from the rest of the crowd. Think about this quote for a second. Somewhere in her heart, she still wants someone who truly understands her. Because behind every strong exterior a woman presents, no matter how confident and composed she is in her career or her daily life, lies a really deep emotional world. A world that is longing for profound security and authentic intimacy. She wants someone who connects not just with her physical self, but deeply with her soul. So how do we actually make that happen? Well, the source text breaks it down into two highly actionable behaviors to unlock this connection. First, validate her emotions sincerely. And second, understand her without her having to explain. Mastering these two specific steps is exactly how you create that irresistible bond. Let's dive right into behavior number 1, sincere validation. What's super fascinating here is the exact definition of emotional validation. It's not just hearing the words she's saying. It means listening carefully, without interrupting and without judging, with the singular goal of truly understanding her feelings. I know, as guys, our natural instinct is usually to jump in and try to fix the problem, right? Or maybe defend ourselves. But this is about putting that urge completely aside. Instead, calmly offer a safe space where you just say, I understand how you feel, without imposing any judgment whatsoever. It sounds incredibly simple, but the psychological payoff is massive. Because doing this makes her feel like her struggles and emotions truly matter. When you create this kind of absolute vulnerability and safety, you're actively melting away her defenses. She finally feels secure enough to let out the thoughts she's been holding back. And honestly, this is the exact pivot point where simple everyday interest transforms into a powerful, unbreakable emotional connection. Okay, now let's move on to behavior number 2, intuitive understanding. This one is a bit more subtle. It's all about understanding her without her having to explain a single thing to you. It's picking up on those tiny changes in her mood, or simply just sitting beside her in silence. Deep down, women really crave someone who doesn't need constant, exhausting explanations for everything. It's about interpreting her unspoken needs. Can you tell she's upset without having to explicitly ask her? Can you show you care through small, quiet actions, like offering comfort without making a massive deal out of it? When you manage to do that, she doesn't just hear what you're saying, she feels that you truly see her. These quiet, observant little actions are proof to her that she is deeply, deeply valued. And when a man connects with a woman emotionally on this level, it becomes practically impossible for her to hide her true self. It's just completely natural for her to let her guard down, and she'll find herself naturally drawn closer to you. Let's bring this all together now and look at how we build that meaningful soul connection. When you combine these behaviors, you get a total shift to meaningful attraction. First, it satisfies a natural human desire to be genuinely seen and heard. Second, respecting her feelings makes her feel fundamentally important. Third, understanding her without words creates this incredibly deep, invisible attachment. And finally, it provides vital emotional comfort that completely outlasts any mere physical attraction. By offering this profound security and intuitive care, you're directly fulfilling her deepest psychological need. As our source material perfectly puts it, that's where attraction shifts from something simple into something meaningful. Ultimately, your emotional intelligence and your attentive care are absolutely your most powerful tools here. It's never really been about the wealth, the looks, or having the smoothest pickup lines. It's all about building a lasting, authentic attachment through sincere respect and unspoken understanding. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question for you to chew on. Are you trying to connect with her body or her soul? As you take these insights away from today's explainer, I want you to really ask yourself how you're approaching your own relationships. Are you just relying on the superficial stuff, or are you out there actively nurturing the unspoken emotional bonds that truly, truly matter?
Something to think about. Thanks for exploring this with me, and keep focusing on what really builds connection.